me, people often ask me, how do you stay updated with what's happening in your field? How do you find opportunities as an early career researcher or a PhD student without doom scrolling academic Twitter or hoping someone somewhere tags you on a post on LinkedIn? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you something that changed my PhD journey and how I used the opportunity to attend over 15 conferences and summer schools with almost no personal cost. Yes, I know conferences can be very expensive and demanding, but when you have the right strategy, I don't think it should be something you have to do out of pocket. And as you know, going to conferences is really important. It helps you position yourself in the field. It's an opportunity for you to network and collaborate with people or with the celebrity in your field and also scholars around the world. Before we get started, if you are new here, welcome to Academic Village, and I am Abbas Isiaka, your friendly host in this village. This channel is dedicated to helping PhD students, early career researchers, and scholarship applicants to navigate academic life with much more clarity, confidence, and critical insight. And I cover everything from research methods to publishing tips, scholarship strategies, academic storytelling, and also surviving the PhD journey, especially privileging the perspectives from the global south. So if you are looking for real talk, practical tools, and honest take or critical take on research life, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This village is for you. I discovered the JiscMail in the second year of my PhD, and that was, I think, during a random seminar that I attended, and someone casually mentioned it, and I checked it out, and it was a gold mine for me in terms of information. So JiscMail is like the Reddit of academia, but in this case, this is delivered into your inbox. It's not a generic newsletter. It's well curated, subject specific mailing list where scholars in your field would post, say, calls for papers, conferences, opportunities for PhD summer schools and workshops, research collaborations and jobs, and policy discussions, or say even current debate as it is happening. And what I love most in this on the JiscMail for me had been the discussion threads. So someone could just start out of the blues and say, okay, how are you managing this in your school? And you'd be wondering, yeah, people are having this real conversation. Oh, we just received this policy and we're trying to figure out how to go about it. And people, have that conversation, real conversation among researchers that sort of help you stay intellectually plugged in. And that's one bit that I like also. I'm now going to show you how you can subscribe to JiscMail. This is how you can subscribe to JiscMail. As you can see, this is the landing page. Just type jiscmail.ac.uk, and then it will take you to this landing page where you see the list of categories for mailing list. And as you can see, it loads of disciplines or subjects that you can subscribe to. You have education, sociology, psychology, software, staff development, visual art, history, computing science, economics, so just name it, anything you want. And also you can you can request a new mailing list yourself. If you think there is nothing what you are interested in is not covered, you can start your own mailing list as well. So let's take, for instance, if you want to check history. So if you're interested in history, just click on that and that will take you to the mailing list indexed as history, under history. And for instance, you can also have a look at what people are already saying on that beat. So let's have a look at this one. This is okay. Let's look at art history, for instance, and then if you click on that, that should take you to the the on page for that network itself. And as you can see, these are the issues, I mean, everything they've discussed on that mailing list from when it started in 1999. So it's been around for a while. And then you can just click on the latest. So this is the latest message. You can see what kind of quality or what discussion is currently going. And as I've mentioned, you say This is a conference program for a particular conference in 2025, and that's just been sent today, the 11th of June. And also, this is another conference call for anyone who might be interested in attending. So you can just click on one of this, and you see what they've discussed in the past. So this is just to show how you can subscribe. Then just to show you what's on what is on offer when you come to this page. And then if you want to subscribe, just go to subscribe. You put your name, just put your name, say for instance my name, and then you have your email address, art history. So that's the list you're trying to. And what kind of subscription do you want? Do you want a regular subscription where you just get everything as it's happening, or you want a digest, more like traditional, okay, a summary of what is happening on the field? I would advise that you go for regular so you don't miss anything. And then that's it. So now that we've taken that out of the way, let's look at attending conferences for free. And I'm going to share with you my strategy. I hope this works for you. But yes, it's tested and trusted, so it should work for you if you are able to do the work. So let me start with the fact that I was doing my PhD at the University of East Anglia, UEA. I was funded for my PhD, and I had a research and training budget of about £750 per year. And trust me, it doesn't stretch far. It doesn't go far in helping you do a lot of things for the year as a PhD student, especially with a lot of costs that you have to especially when you're paying for training courses, let alone conference fees, flights, if you have to apply for visa, even hotels and all of that. So it's very meager, but of course it's a place to start. And I'm just letting you know the privilege that I'm carrying into this conversation. So which means my case is going to be a lot different from someone who doesn't even have anything, any budget for their PhD years. But still, you can always find a way of working around this. So, and just to let you know, for that 750 in a year, I would have spent most of the money on courses, because then I used to take courses on the National Center for Research Methods in the UK, and that place, you could be on a course for like £350 or so, £250, depending on how important or how expensive or how demanding that course is. And I mean, this is where I used to spend my annual budget, and then I have to go about looking for money to augment that the deficit. I then developed a strategy. Every year I would list out the conferences or summer schools I want to attend, and I'll prepare, of course, abstract, or sort of identify the topics that I want to submit. Or you don't want to repeat different same things, same abstract across conferences. You want to tailor them based on the themes and the core focus of the course. So I would do that kind of preparation early on, and clear on where I want to go. I try to check at least 3 or 4 things before I decide what conference to go for. Number one, I will check, do they have pre-conference PhD workshops? So there's a summer school or something like that for early career researchers before the main conference. And is that coming with a bursary, or is there funding to support that participation? And then, do they accept summer school participants to get free access to the main conference? When you go for a summer school before a main conference, once you are accepted for that summer school or that workshop, you will most likely get a free pass to the main conference. You see that? So that's also one strategy to sort of present your work in 2 places and get different kind of feedback, because in the summer school it's more close up and people can easily interact and engage with you, or engage with a lot of people's work, compared to a very big conference. So these are the things you need to check. And also, I of course do the calculation: what's the total cost of attending this conference, what's the visa cost, the travel, the accommodation, subsistence, and then, can it be deferred? Is there someone who could take responsibility for this funding, for this cost? And also, I've also paid attention to one particular thing, and is this conference being organized by an academic association, like say ERA, BERA, or BASE, and all of those associations? So, because what I've realized is that association-led conferences or academic-led conferences are usually cheaper and generous for PGRs and ECRs, And this is because they are not interested in making profit. They are not. They just want to break even. And if they get volunteers, people volunteer for most of, say, reviewing and planning and organizing a conference. So that generally reduces the cost of the conference, and they are able to take on PGRs who could work as volunteers and get free participation. That's one thing you should pay attention to. Association-led conferences are your very go-to if you're looking for conferences that are budget-friendly or even free in most cases. Just to demonstrate the strategy I've just shared now, and let's take the ERA conference or the European Educational Research Association as a case study if you are out there so thinking about applying or attending this conference. So just go to the website. You can always Google this, whatever conference you're interested in, and it will take you. You see what genuine website you are. So just come around here to the conference page where you can see what conferences they've held and then which one is still live, and you can see they have the ECR, which is the main conference, and they also have the Emerging Researchers Conference dedicated to early career researchers, and information on registration and fees, venue and travel, and how you can submit, and also frequently asked questions. So, and what I just want to share with you is that when you go to registration and fees, you see that they have discounted PhD students, early career researchers are very. So if you look at this one now, they say fees for non-member of a national association in area or fees for members. So if you look at that, and then you go straight to ECR postgraduate student or low GDP via from low income country, that's €60. And that's not the end of it. You can also check out bursaries for early career or emerging researchers. So they have a dedicated page for that. So if you go to that emerging researchers page, and you can just say look at what, okay, this is the research group, the conference itself. They have best paper award, poster awards, and then this is where you're going. This is what you're interested in, the ECR conference bursaries, and all of this information will be there early on before you even apply. So this is the conference bursaries for early career researchers, and for the ESA itself, they have three types of bursaries for ECRs, depending on, and I think they try to do this for if you're coming out of the host country, you get privilege in terms of how much money you get. And then there's a time frame for application. That means early year you should be clear on where you want to go and how you want to apply for these things. So the start of application process is 5th of February, deadline for application, and then when you are going to know, when you know if you've been selected or not, that'll be around April 2025. So this is the bits that you just want to pay attention to now. So, and also note that, so when you read the and also if you look at this, look at the bursary winners, you can see what kind of abstract or proposal they fund, what is requested of you, and all of that. They also have a summer school, which I think it's free, and even if it's not free, they might have bursaries for different kinds of students. So you want to just be out there, check and see what they have. And if you're not clear on anything, send someone an email, and that's it. And then what happens if you didn't get the bursary? So for instance, let's say your abstract got accepted, but you didn't win a bursary. Yeah, it's happened to me in several occasions. I remember there was a time I sent my abstract to a conference, and they said, "Oh, this is brilliant," but we went through the competition for the bursary, and they said, "Sorry, you didn't get it." And then I had to start thinking of, okay, I really don't want to lose out from this conference, and started thinking of how could I attend. So this is my strategy for attending when you don't get a bursary to attend a conference that you've applied to. And number one is that you should start with your school or your department. Your school or your department might have a small travel funds that would get you through going to the conference. Your accommodation and all of those things could be covered. And then if your school is able to cover that, you can also go further and look at maybe your faculty or the graduate school office. They also, sometimes they don't publicize these things, but they have pockets of funding for you to go to events like this as a PGR. So please do reach out. Another thing, that's the third one, is the student union, or if in your institution what you have is the student representative council. This is also something that you should pay attention to. I know you might be thinking, oh, student union is for just undergrads. No, many student unions have funds for mature and postgraduate students to support them. So they always earmark some money for them. So try and reach out to your PGR officer and see if you can get something to attend that conference. Another thing that's also worked for me is going back to research projects that I've contributed to. So if you've worked as a research assistant or as a research associate on a project, you can go back to the principal, the PI on the project, and let them know, okay, you're thinking about attending this conference. Are they planning to attend as well? And in most cases, they used to have money for dissemination, and you can just sort of tag along in a way. You submit your abstract, and they submit their abstract, which they will name you as a co-presenter, and then you can use the opportunity to submit your own abstract too. And in a way, you can present on two papers, and that would, of course, they will fund your cost of attending the conference. And a fifth one for me would be seeking out to external organizations. Many international conferences do, give you links to third-party travel grants. So they just tell you, okay, if you're interested in applying, to just apply, and they go through your abstract and see if you are fundable. But one thing I've realized is that you just have to start early. It's very difficult when, for instance, the call for abstract data has passed, and then or the call for bursary has passed. So when you start applying early, start looking early, that would get you ready for the deadline for the abstract itself, and also for any other applications that you need to make around attending. Just try to start looking early for these opportunities. That's it. My key takeaway from this video is that you should try as much as possible subscribe to JiscMail. It's open to anyone, anywhere, but it's UK focused, but I've seen loads of non-UK mailing lists that you can subscribe to, and it helps you, stay ahead on CFPs, on the call for papers and event, and you can plan your conference calendar early each year. And I would say try to apply widely but strategically. So say a blend of summer schools and workshops where you can learn key skills that you need as a researcher. So not all conferences are useful for you as an early career researcher as well. You want to go to conferences where they offer opportunities on how to write, publish, how to apply for grants, how to use key skills that you need as a researcher, and ask around. I used to, in fact, just cold mailing within the school, asking someone, please, do you have any money you're not using that I can use for this conference? It works. It worked for me. In fact, just a few months ago, I used this strategy, just reaching out to a research director and asking them, please, do you have any money you're not using that I can draw on to attend this conference? And then they gave me the money. So most importantly, try to engage and don't just attend conferences or present. Network, show up, write together and get going. So academic life is not, it's really expensive. It's not cheap. When people see you attending conferences, they think, oh, you guys, you're rich. This is the work you have to do. You have to get those applications in and get the money out. Yeah, something like that. So, but you don't have to go broke because you want to attend conferences. So this is a way of you augmenting that and also staying relevant. So with the right tools and strategies, you can definitely participate and grow, and also share your work widely. So let me know which mailing list or which association, and you think you need help on how to get these things. You can always sign up for my one-to-one, and I will see you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Academic Village. I'll see you on the flip side.